All right, all right, all right, all right, and all right, all right, all right, all right. Test this out. Top of the morning, top of the evening, top of the night. So a little bit more volume here. Oh, that's too much. Whatever time zone you are on, we are live. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Now, this should be showing up here, and I don't. There it is. Showing up here. I don't. There it is. Okay. All right. So it's a little blurred. All right. Let's get off into Black history. Hey, everybody. It's been a minute, right? Where have I been? I've been home. I've been here in the United States of America. I am still in college for my doctoral degree. So that occupies a lot of time. But let's get off into Black history, real history, Black history. Let me move this. Yeah. Let's get off into the Godfather, the real Godfather of AI, which was David Blackwell, right? One of his chips are in electronic devices, right? So let's get off into that. Sending no formal notification that I was going live. Let's see. We want a tab here. Yep. All right. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So let's stroll down. David H. Blackwell. This is Black history. The source for this is University of Illinois. One of the real quick and make sure my source is accurate. Phil Avenue is the location. Champaign, Illinois. This is a. This was written by one of my. Would be considered one of my peers. This is our source. There are also other academic sources that are valid sources that can be utilized. But again, this is the godfather of artificial intelligence, AI, the original godfather of artificial intelligence, AI. So let's go here. Let me turn this down. David Blackwell had a there. I'm going to go down in the paragraphs because I want to get right here. All right here. Let me stop that. Apologies for stuff and sounds going on in the background. But let's go here. Again, happy Black History. This is Black History, the real godfather of AI, David Blackwell. David Blackwell came from humble beginnings to being one of the most influential figures in the field of statistics. Again, he was a scientist, a doctor. Yeah, he possessed doctoral degrees, and he was also a mathematician. Okay. Born April 24th, 1919, to a homemaker and an Illinois Central Railroad worker in Centralia, Illinois, David Blackwell would become the first African American to receive a PhD and mathematics from the universities of Illinois. Okay. Seventh overall in the United States. All right. Advancing twice to higher grade levels during elementary, which means he was lifted. You know, how you can, what years ago when you can skip some grades and go ahead. Blackwell graduated from high school at the age of 16. In a time of segregation with mostly whites only schools or black only schools, Blackwell went to an integrated mixed school where he was unaware of a lot of racial where he was unaware of a lot of racial discrimination that was plaguing the country at that time. It was in a high school geometry class that Blackwell discovered his passion for mathematics. And okay, so one of my peers wrote this, or a scholar in the field wrote this. And so they said he was unaware of a lot of racial discrimination. I'm sure he was very much aware, but let me continue on. Until a year after he finished, until a year after I finished calculus, it was the only course I had that made me want to see that mathematics and how is really beautiful and full of ideas. Blackwell regarding his high school geometry course. So that's what he stated. But let's get off into this. So, enrolled into the University of Illinois in 1935. Even with a scholarship from the state of Illinois, Blackwell worked as a dishwasher, a waiter, a laboratory cleaner to try to spare his family from financial burden for costs of his education. It was during his junior senior years that Blackwell decided to pursue a graduate degree as he had now set his sights on teaching and higher education. Blackwell completed his BA in mathematics by 1938 and subsequently completed his master's of administration by 1939. In 1941, under the tutelage of Professor Joseph L. Doob of mathematics, Blackwell completed his dissertation titled Some Properties of the Markovich Chains. No, I cannot come. And so this is supposed to be some things that he said. No, I cannot come, but I have some good students. And Blackwell is the best. Well, not his words, one of his professors. It may not have spread throughout our land, Joseph Duke, 1942, in response to Jeezy Neyman of the University of California of Berkeley, attempting to recruit Duke for University of California, Berkeley Mathematics Department. He said he couldn't come, but a person could come in instead. And excuse me if you hear loud clicks in the background. As an educator, researcher, and statistician would follow Blackwell graduation from the University of Illinois, but not without racial discrimination serving as temporary roadblocks along the way. The guidance of Professor Dew helped Blackwell secure the Rosewald Fellowship at the Institute of Advanced Studies at a time where it was customary for IAS members to receive visiting fellow appointments from the nearby Princeton University. However, due to racial discrimination, Princeton objected to Blackwell's appointment, and the president of Princeton even got involved in the controversy. oh, excuse me, I'm adding a word, as they felt. The IAS was abusing the university's hospitality by omitting a university later withdrew their objection upon the insistence of the ISA director and his thesis advisor, Joseph, to allow Blackwell to maintain his fellow and courtesy title as assistant professor. Blackwell would remain unaware of the internal struggles between Princeton and the IAS for many years. He, excuse me, excuse me, a little belching going on, excuse me. He finished his first year at the IASC, making connections that would lead to a lifetime of groundbreaking contributions to the world of statistics. Okay. And again, he was a statistician, a mathematician, and a doctor. And his doctor of philosophy, quite naturally. But I want to skip to, because I want to get to this, the backstory. And later on, when I edit this, I will link this direct article so you can as of reference. But I want to go here. Okay, Blackwell began his educated career at Southern University at Baton Rouge from 1942 to 43, and followed by a year at Clark College in Atlanta, Georgia from 1943 to 44. So he worked Southern University, Clark University. He had hoped to get an offer from UC Berkeley in 1942, but that offer never came. In 1944, Blackwell secured a position at Howard University, another Black historical university in Washington, D.C. He remained there for the following 10 years until 1954, starting his career at Howard University as an assistant professor. By 1947, Blackwell would have the position of professor and chairman of the mathematics department. Okay, so during the summer of 1948 to 50, Blackwell would work as a mathematician at the RAD Corporation as he sought external mathematical stimulation away from Howard University. There, Blackwell would work alongside a statistician. Blackwell had his first encounter with Gersherick at the American Statistical Association meeting in Washington. I'm going to say Abe because I'm not going to keep pronouncing that last name. Had given a lecture on sequential analysis of White's equation, which challenged Blackwell. This talk would be what sparked Blackwell's interest in statistics. After the lecture, Blackwell constructed a counter example of Wade's equation and mailed it to Abe. Through Blackwell's example, though Blackwell's example proved wrong, this prompted Abe to invite Blackwell to meet with him. This meeting would spark a lasting friendship, camaraderie that would propel Blackwell's career to new heights and usher him into a world of mathematical statistics. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get into where it actually let's get off into his work because what 80 plus bodies of work. Okay, so here it is. And again, I'm skipping around in this article. I will link the source once I edit this later on. After a discussion about the Air Force research budget with an economist at the Brad Corporation that did not go well, Blackwell sought out guidance of Savage. The conversation with Savage opened Blackwell's perception to a completely new view on the Bayesian approach. From this point on, the Bayesian approach would influence Blackwell. 54 would be a pivotal year for Blackwell. It was this year that Blackwell's friendship with Abe accumulated with them releasing their collaborated efforts in the form of the now classic book, Theory of Games and Statistical Decisions. That was co-written and authored by him. The book explored statistical evaluation procedures, decisions, and game theory. Him and another. It was also in 1954 that Blackwell accepted a position as visiting professor at the University of California, Berkeley. At the International Congress of Mathematicians in Amsterdam during 1954, Blackwell gave an invited talk on probability, and that led to UC Berkeley interest in hiring him. And when you think about AI, artificial intelligence, again, happy Black History Month. This is the godfather of artificial intelligence, probability. We're working with statistics, math, science, probability. Probability really lays the foundation for artificial intelligence, the artificial intelligence that we know as of today. It has to have a foundation. All right. Blackwell had previously interviewed for UC Berkeley back in 1942, but did not secure the position. The department wanted to hire a woman due to wartime efforts. Blackwell would later in his career find out the then head of the math department wife protested Blackwell's hiring. It was customary to host faculty members in their home, and the wife objected to hosting a Black man in her house. Well, that's okay because this Black man is the original godfather of artificial intelligence. Yeah, reclaiming AI. Black history, real American history. And this was her statement. Blank was not going to have that darky in her house. Blackwell recalled what he learned years of what the wife of UC Berkeley mathematics department head told her husband upon hearing about Blackwell being hired in 1942. Like I said, his work still lives on. We're utilizing his foundation today, as well as others who tried to claim artificial intelligence, but reclaiming artificial intelligence. Everything that was shoplifted by others, we're taking it back. All right. So let's go on. As the civil rights era began to unfold in the United States, tenure at UC Berkeley, where he befriended Dr. Jerry. Okay, Jerry, however he's pronouncing his name, Naaman, the mathematics department chair, who interviewed him 12 years prior. Headed up by Newman, the statistics laboratory separated from the mathematics department in 1955. Full professorship in the newly formed statistics department by 1950. Chair of UC Berkeley statistics department. Blackwell 1961 and continued his career at Berkeley until he retired in 1988. Between served in various roles while maintaining his research. From 1964 to 1968, Blackwell served as assistant dean of College of Letters and Science, and from 1973 to 75 served as director of University for the United Kingdom of Ireland. Okay. People have different learning styles, abstract, concrete, and so on. So it is necessary for teachers to reflect these learning styles in their teaching if they would want their students to appreciate the beauty of what they're teaching. Blackwell on reflecting on his style of teaching, and he is absolutely correct. Their students and people learn, they have different learning styles: verbalization, visualization, hearing, spatial, abstract. Is a host of different learning styles. That's why if you are a teacher or instructor or plan to do so, creative teaching is always one of the better options to utilize. Uh-oh. Am I stuck here? Shouldn't be. Okay. Let's stroll along. Okay. New evidence instead of relying on historical data. Blackwell book, Basic Statistics, 1969, was one of the first on the Bayesian statistics. This inspired the 1995 textbooks by biostatistician Donald Berry, a Bayesian perspective. Blackwell received 12 honorary doctoral of science degrees over the course of his career. He received one from University of Illinois, Michigan State University, Michigan, that's us, Southern University, Carnegie Mellon University, National University, Amherst College, Harvard University, Howard University, Yale University, University of Warwick, Syracuse University, and the University of Southern California. Blackwell would go on to hold many notable leadership roles throughout his career, including vice president of American Mathematical Society from 1968 to 71. President of the International Association for Statistics and the Physical Sciences in 1975, Vice President of International Statistics Institute from 1975 to 78, elected honorary fellow of the Royal Statistical Society in 1976. Very good. Very good. Okay. The Newman Theory Prize, named after one of Blackwell's earliest professor mentors. Blackwell received this award for his work on Markovian decision process and his contributions to probability theory, mathematical statistics, and game theory. All right. He also received a medal from former President Barack Obama, National Medal of Science Award. Oh, okay, this is not responding right now. It's buffering. Okay. Let me stop the share on this. Can I stop the share on this? What did I end my live stream? I should still be streaming. Okay, let's go back into this. Apologies, everyone. Oh my God. Still be streaming. Okay. Okay, let's go back into this. Apologies, everyone. Okay, I'm still streaming. Good. Okay, so oh, I want to say again, what makes Blackwell the godfather of AI is his work on statistics, probability, and his work in math. He laid the foundation. Also, gaming theory. Okay. The thought is this. Um, Let me go to it because I want to make sure I have this right. Okay, this is this is taking a long, long time. Let me do it this way. Okay. Nvidia. Nvidia. Nivea. All right. Yeah. This is what I want to get to. Um, Foundational game theory and decision making, Blackwell's optimability and dynamic programming laid the groundwork for how artificial agents make long term decisions and operate in complex and unpredictable environments. And that was this right here is the foundation. So, again, dynamic programming, his dynamic programming, when you had to write programming codes for real, uh, for how artificial intelligence agents make long-term decisions and operate in complex, unpredictable environment. How the artificial intelligence is going to make, how are these decisions made inside of these um, electric environments? Unpredictable environments, long term decisions, how they operate in complex environments, unpredictable environments. He co-developed the theorem was co-developed by Blackwell. It's a fundamental tool in statistics and machine learning. The theorem, machine learning, Deep machine learning. You hear that a lot. Machine learning, a machine's ability to learn. Deep machine learning, right? Used to improve the accuracy of statistical estimators, which is crucial for training efficient AI models. So again, a pioneer in sequential analysis done in sequences, for his work in probability and statistics, which is an essential part of learning, where machines learn through trial and error. That was his work. Again, happy Black History Month, everybody, and happy Black History to the real godfather of artificial intelligence. And to those who may be missing this live stream in real time, you will get it when you get it. You can always refer back to it. And I will be back doing more live streams. I could not miss this month of streaming Black history, real history, Black excellence. Having said that, let me go here. Let's go here because I'm already streaming live. I just need to get to my. You all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. Okay, take me to my live stream interface. Yeah, having said that, you all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. And remember to stay actively engaged, and happy Black History, everybody. Let's take this phone. Okay, here we go. Back to the control panel. Oh, I'm doing all type of stuff to exit out of this. I did not mean to enlarge my screen. Take me to my settings. All right. You all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. Bye bye, everybody.